If you are anything like me and you're just thinking, somebody's got to tell them, then you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful end of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Appreciate you getting through your hump day with me. And I've got this is one of two shows. So glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. So thank you. And I'm going to say this as plainly as I can. Hunting and fishing in Arizona is different than any hunting and fishing that you've done anywhere else in the United States of America. If you moved here from the Midwest, you are now going to learn how to hunt. If you moved here from the Midwest or Florida, you're going to learn how to bass fish now. And it's a whole different game. It is just a completely different game, which makes it absolutely amazing. And here's why I'm telling you the story. I was walking the dog yesterday, and he came across a guy that I'd talked to a few times. His dog Buster and Ozzy get along. They run around the green belt just freaking out and, doing what dogs do. And he said, he asked what I do, and I told him about the show, and he said, you know what? He said, I have a future son-in-law. He's engaged to my daughter. He's a big outdoorsman. And he had me put in for elk this time around. And that day, the day before, the elk draw, the deadline at least had passed for the elk draw. And I said, okay, where did you put in? He goes, I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I don't know any of this kind of stuff. And he said, but he came up hunting in the Midwest, and he said it is a completely different ball game. Now, I laughed and I said, that guy gave you the best piece of advice he could give anyone, because anybody who tells you from the Midwest, this is the way you hunt elk, or this is the way you hunt deer, or anything like that, that's how you hunt elk and deer there. You do not hunt that way here. Here's what I mean by this. And Jim, I'm glad you're coming along with me on that. A massive difference for sure, he said. In Midwest, if you're deer hunting, you're most likely in a ground blind or a tree stand. And you wait. And you watch. And you select. A buck could walk right by you and be like, no, I'm holding out for a bigger buck. A horse of a doe could walk by and be like, nah, I'm not going to scare the bucks away, but we'll go see if we get back for that doe a little later. It's almost like grocery shopping with firearms. It is not very different than going up to Blue Rooster Ranch in a high fence ranch. It's not much different at all. It's very rare that in the Midwest you will not see your target species when you go out. You have at least shots on that species. Here in Arizona, you're not in a ground blind, usually. You're not in a tree stand, usually. The vast majority of hunters are not in tree stands or in ground blinds in Arizona. They're on foot. They're getting to high ground. They're sitting and glassing. And then if they get a glimpse through their binoculars or the spotting scope of their target species, then you got to get up and get on foot. You got to put a stalk on. You got to get within range, and you got to not spook the animal. It is a whole different ball game. It's hunting instead of I'm going to go out and see what I can see, which is a very popular line. I'm sure Jim will come with me on that one. Let's go out this morning and see what we can see. This is okay. Here's our strategy in Arizona. Here's where we're going to start. Okay, we're going to have you guys over here on this. You guys are dealing with topographic maps on X Hunt and divvying up responsibilities for the hunt and territories and areas for the hunt. That is completely different than what you would see in the Midwest. Again, when it comes to angling, same thing. I have caught in Missouri. I have caught fish on everything you could possibly think of. String cheese, a raw hook, a bear hook. It's not fishing, it's catching. In Missouri, you just pick a pond, you drive by, see a body of water, you're like, hell, man, I'm just go see if there's a bass. Hell, there's a bass in there. There's a lot of bass in there. And it's a whole different ball game here, where again, you're now hunting for the fish. You've got to go find the fish. Whether it's striped bass, largemouth, smallmouth, whatever it is, bluegill, you got to go find it. The only thing that I would say is similar, angling wise, in Arizona to the rest of the nation is catfish. Catfish is catfish. Catfish are just dumb bottom feeders. You put something stinky down there, though, you're going to catch it no matter where you are. It's just going to sit and wait. And so the people that move here from the Midwest and people that move here from other parts of the country and just think, oh yeah, I'm totally going to get into hunting here in Arizona. I heard there's 365 target species opportunities. Can't wait to start hunting out here in Arizona. Different ballgame. I think on a positive note, not to make everybody negative that's moved here from out of town is getting into hunting and fishing, not to scare them away by any stretch. I mean, the rabbit hunting is 365 here. The Eurasian dove is 365. Striped bass, 365, no limits. And the pigeon hunting, 365, no limits. You can hunt year round here in Arizona. It's really good. And there's really abundant species if you want to go kind of outside the big game species. You're going to be good. Let's see here. Hold on, Jim. Jim is giving us some good wisdom here. You have a standard of all hunting. What do you eat, when and where? Follow the food. Here, water is major here, dries up here, move on. Yeah, it's a pain. Yeah. You're constantly here in Arizona moving to the spot. Okay, well, there's with this drinker over here, but that drinker's now dried up. So we're going to have to go. And when we came in, we were doing our scouting. There was water running through here, but now there's not other water. Now there's not water running through here. So let's go where the vegetation is. There was just a controlled burn over here on this side of my unit. And a forest fire over here on this side of my unit. There's just constant strategy and constantly basically educating yourself, learning daily. And that's why you see 6, 7, 8 day hunts out here in Arizona, as opposed to the Midwest where there's, 6, 7, 8 hour hunts or sometimes 20-minute hunts. Yeah, it's just a different ball game. It really is. And one of the reasons why I always encourage people here in Arizona, and I'm sorry, I keep looking down. Oswald is doing his thing. He's found a ball to eat. I was wondering what in my studio is he eating. Why I encourage people, stay away from the hunting magazines. Unless it is an Arizona-based magazine, stick away from them, steer away from them. Even the online publications, things like that, just that's not made for you. And when we see like the best hiking boot or the best hunting boot or the best hunting rifle for this target or the best shotgun that is not made for Arizona. They're not talking about Arizona. They're talking about other parts of the country. So things are just different here. So research. If you're moving in from out of town, welcome. We love having you here. It's an exciting and fun place to hunt and fish. It is a wonderful outdoor playground that we live in here in Arizona. It is the most biodiverse non-coastal state in the nation. We have it all. We have it all here. We have a Big 10 target species as well right here in Arizona. So there's a lot to do. There's a ton to do, but you're going to have to, I would say, re-educate yourself. And it ain't the way you've been hunting your whole life. It just isn't. It's not the way you've been fishing your whole life. And Ron said, I used to love fishing as a kid. That's why one of the big initiatives here is R3. R3 is, recruit, reintroduce, or reactivate. I believe I had those right. So you want to recruit. You want to recruit people into, hey, give fishing a try, give hunting a try, or give the shooting sports a try. Or just give hiking a try or paddleboarding or something in the outdoors a try. Reintroduce is what Rhonda would be in. Reintroduce, like, hey, you used to fish as a kid. You liked it a lot. You should come fishing with us. Reintroduce. And then reactivate is just now you're going to kind of flip that switch and flip that button. Hit that button, flip that switch. There we go. Yeah. In the Northeast, you could basically turkey hunt with your bare hands in the fall because that just makes me sad. Man, I have never been turkey hunting and I want to go turkey. I put in for turkey. I've never gone turkey hunting and want to go turkey hunting really, really bad. I really, really do. Really fell in love with stream and creek fishing for trout. Once you got to AZ, used to be really fish. Here's the good part about that, and I think it's a good point to bring up, Brendan, is that there was such a focus on reintroducing the Apache trout, and a lot of money went in, a lot of funding went into fish hatcheries and went into this the community pond program. I'm sorry, the community pond program is what they call it now. And so there's abundant trout fishing here in Arizona. There is abundant trout fishing in Arizona. Hands down. There's a lot. And the Apache trout is back on the map. That was next to gone. The Apache trout was almost gone and done. I'm going to confess. Can I confess? I hate trout fishing. I hate trout fishing. Can't stand it. Don't want to do it. I don't like trout fishing. I don't. I have so many people said they're going to teach me how to go fly fishing. No one has ever taught me how to go fly fishing. I think it looks like the most, like it looks, I don't even know if I have the skill to pull that off. Don't even know if I have the skill. This and that and this thing and what did I just hit back here? Who's screaming? Was it me? Did I do that? Then my lure's on the other side of the creek. Trout, not good to eat because they're a pain in the butt to cook and clean. Bah. Bah, humbug. That's what I say, right? I know. I'm going to keep going. There's some people that don't know that I don't like trout fishing. Some people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a post just about trout fishing just because you guys said that. Yep. You said you fish in the Rocky Mountains. How cool is that? Lots of trout. Yeah. My immune system inside. Yeah, I'm allergic to no longer fish. Yeah. But I mean, you can get into bass fishing. Bass fishing is catch and release. At least a lot of people, for most people, it's especially largemouth bass fishing, is catch and release. Some smallmouth as well. Some people catfish, catch and release. So you can still get that. What was that shirt I saw? That tug is my drug. No, I'm not talking about Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. No, I'm talking about fishing when the fish tugs on your line. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yes. See, y'all got to do a bunch of turkey. I love that. Best at novice fly fisherman, but you show me some tricks. I appreciate that, bud. I appreciate that. Slavo's a big fly fisherman as well. He said it's fishing for people with ADHD, and that makes no sense to me. That makes zero sense to me. It says it keeps you focused and dialed in. I'm just like, no, there's too many things to do. Because now I'm like, I'm just gonna go over here and fish with something else. I'm gonna go over here and get my lures out. I'm just gonna cast and retrieve. Well, if we're fishing for trout, fine, I'll do it. Yeah. No. It's all over the place. I did it once in a river and it was on a boat and still didn't. You had to like correct your line, keep correcting your line in the current. And I'm like, none of this makes sense. None. And the don't set your hook thing. We almost set the hook. I see a little bit of a dink. I am yanking that thing. Probably why I suck at this. Oh, you're allergic. Oh, good Lord. You can't even touch fish, woman. Jeez Louise. All right, sister. All right. Yeah, okay. Well, we're not going to let you touch fish then. That is wild. Why did all this come? These food allergies just came out of nowhere. It's disheartening, Rhonda, because to me, I always thought, with the food allergies and stuff that we're seeing, that game meat was going to be the savior. That, like, your own garden, the stuff that you make yourself, the stuff that you take yourself from the streams and from the field and from the ocean was going to just kind of get rid of that. Dang, can't have fish in the house. What in the heck? What do you call that? I mean, it's just, obviously it's not just fish allergy. It has to be something else. What do you call that? Like, what does the doctor say that this is it? Like, you can't even have fish in the house. That's just kind of mind blowing to me. Yeah. Can't have fish in the house. So I don't know what I'd do without fish in the house. It was 19 when the allergy developed. Holy mackerel. Okay. It was also roll casting, not the overhead whip action. See, then how do you cast it if you don't do the overhead whippy action? And why the hell are you doing it if you don't have the picture for the gram of you doing the whippy action? What's the point in doing it? Well, what's the point in doing that? You don't have it for the gram. Yeah. Need an EpiPen just for smelling fish. Dear Lord. I didn't know this was a thing, you guys. I really didn't know this was a thing. That people had that strong of a fish allergy. I knew the peanuts and all that stuff, but I did not know that fish was that bad. Beans has a reaction from shellfish, but I mean, that's easy. That's easily avoided. For her, I'm not giving up shrimp. I would here's the deal. If the doctor told me I had to give up shrimp, I would just start eating shrimp and just epi myself, and then eat shrimp and then epi myself, and then eat some bass, some white sea bass, and then epi myself. I don't think I can handle it. Are there medications for this? You guys, I'm being inquisitive. I really am. I'm not making fun of you in any way. Are there medications for this outside of just I can't breathe and I have to juice myself with an EpiPen? The smell sets off the allergy. Allergy makes it break out. Cross contamination once sent me to damn. Okay. Okay, yeah, I know you have an EpiPen, but what I'm asking is there like a medication for it? There has to be. If there's restless leg syndrome medication, then there's got to be some sort of medication for a fish allergy. Something I can take. Go to the hospital one day because his roommate was eating a can of tuna in the next room. Son of a. Okay, I have got to check this out. Not that I know of. Okay, but can anyone give me a name of this instead of just fish allergy? I want to know because I really want to look it up. I really want to research because again, you know me, I'm an advocate of okay, if you having trouble with diet, go game meat, and game meat includes fish. So I would love to know what this is. And I know that intern Sarah have when they eat a lot of red meat, like if they eat a whole steak, well, it's a bison steak, cow, whatever it is, Watusi, that they get their stomach gets really upset. So I don't know if that's an allergy, a reaction, or whatever the hell. Whatever. I mean, I'm allergic to a lot of things, but no food, thank God. Actually, it'd probably be better if I was allergic to some sort of foods. Why can't I just be allergic to like IPA? If I was allergic, actually, I am allergic to IPAs. I think I told you this. Yeah, ever since I got COVID, I literally just I drink an IPA and my nose stuffs up. It's got to be the hops or whatever it is, but I have an allergic reaction. I got to take. Don't get me wrong. I took a Claritin D like that. Yeah, you technically have restless leg syndrome. Pretty sure it's an overblown term for bro. You twitchy as hell. Yeah, it probably is it too. It probably something comes down to. I think it all, and then this is the reason why. I think it all comes down to diet, and I think that when we changed our diet as Americans, as humans, I think that's when all this chronic stuff stopped up. I'm not saying that nobody has it or you guys don't have it. Of course you do. But I think it's a product of an environment and just kind of breeding into our system. And I'm so excited to see this. And if anybody, let me see if I can pull this up. There apparently is a new Netflix documentary about a woman. Let's see, Netflix. I remember the name of it was Apple Cider Vinegar. Here we go. Okay, Netflix Apple Cider Vinegar. Apparently, this is an Instagram wellness guru that they've done a show on. And it is she claimed that she had brain cancer. And that she cured herself through all this holistic stuff and health and wellness kind of stuff. And she made an empire on this until people found out she did not have the cancer. It was all a joke. Mm-hmm. Concussion related, probably, Brendan. I'm in the same with mine, buddy. In fish, it's an immune reaction to the yeah. Oh, see what? Okay, see if you guys use multisyllabic words, I have to put my glasses on. Hold on. Parvalbumin protein. Parvalbumin. I'm going to go with parvalbumin. It sounds more medical if I say parvalbumin. Yeah. Jim says serious allergies require long-term shots regimens to remove the anaphylaxis. Did for wasps and such. Stopped for 2 years. I have to start at the beginning. And damn, I didn't even know that. I had to go get a shot. I had to go get 2 shots in each arm every Friday with my mom as a kid. Allergy shots. I don't know if they still do allergy shots. Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea how to say it, but that's kind of what it is, huh? And then we have anaphylaxis over here. I knew that one. I didn't have to put the spectacles on for that one. But anyway, that Netflix series looks fantastic because, again, you know, I think we're all excited about moving to a new, healthier kind of, you know, we the people in America, and hopefully that does take root, and hopefully the field to table, farm to fork, whatever they call it, the localvore movement is a huge part of that. Yeah, I think it should be. I think that a reintroduction to harvesting your own animal proteins and kind of, you know, doing a little backyard garden kind of vibe, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? You have control of everything that you eat in from start to finish. So I hope that really takes flight. Unfortunately, this is not the program to talk about it, but the man that is talking about it might have some issues with some past events with bear meat. We'll talk about that later. You should be allergic to most AZ plants. What? You know what helps out, guys? What helps out a ton is honey, local honey. So Westsiders, if you're getting your honey from the grocery store, please don't. If you're getting your honey from Costco, if those says organic local honey, it's not. Do not, please don't, and go to local people. I get mine, and I would highly recommend him. Suntan Honey Farms, highly recommend. I think he's still got that like CBD honey too. It's kind of jamming. He's got some spicy habanero honey. Ooh, but it's all local. So here's the deal. It's local. So that means that the bees are here with local pollens. And those pollens that you ingest when you eat the honey, you build your body's immunity to those pollens locally and seasonally. Right? Yeah. Suntan is the best for honey. Agreed. All right, Jim. I'm glad you're in on that. Yeah. Santos has a hell of a just a good dude and just a good little company, just a good little locally owned biz. He's got a little, as far as like company sizes, a little Slavo vibe to him. I love it. See how, but hey, at least you went down on halibut, And why did you try it knowing you had an allergy? Just for the halibut. I'll show myself out. Oh, that was my dad's favorite joke. We had halibut all the damn time, and Dad would always do that crap. Hey, why are we having fish tonight? For the halibut. That was his favorite joke. One of his favorite jokes. Yes. Bermuda grass was my number one allergy. Oh my gosh. Beans had we took Beans in for the scratch test, the allergy test on the back. That's some barbaric crap right there, dude. And I mean, her back was just swollen. They're like, I don't know where one red reaction ends and the other begins. It was that bad. Oh, yeah. This is driving me nuts. I mean, if somebody told me I had an allergy to beef hasn't have allergy. Why don't we have beef allergies? I mean, if someone told me I had an allergy to beef, I would lose my mind. I would go crazy. I'd go crazy. But I believe wholeheartedly that a natural as you can diet can only do benefits for us, can only do wonders for us. Now, whether that is however you're going to say it, you're going to call it keto or you're going to call it paleo, whatever, the outside, aisles of the store, just the borders of the store. The sooner we get to looking at those aisles in the grocery as literal poison to us, I think the sooner we're going to get to the other side of this everyone has an allergy kind of vibe, because somewhere along the way we were eating something, we were drinking something, we were ingesting something that wasn't what we were meant to drink and ingest, like fluoride. And it's kind of jacked with our bodies. So and by kind of, I mean super jacked with our bodies. So I am a giant proponent of sticking to as much of the straight up, this is what God gave you kind of food. And we're going to try that. We've been on it for 2 weeks. Okay, except for the other night, guys. I buckled. I really have been. I've been doing. It's kind of keto adjacent. It's kind of the right in between carnivore and keto. Okay. Queen bee, the temptress that she is. It was late. It was past my. I'm doing intermittent fasting and all that too. It was outside of my intermittent fasting window. And she's like, "I'm hungry. Did you have any dinner?" I'm like, "No." But I know what you want. She's like, let's get something. I'm like, okay. We ended up at Frederico's. We had 2 tacos and a bean and cheese burrito. Yeah, it wasn't good for me, but I loved it. It was so good. But I've been trying my darndest to stay that. Yeah. Let's see. I crashed on the Watch It Weekly for a month till I got these. Oh, wow. Okay. Jeez. All right. Yeah. I don't know about all that. No. All right. Let's see. Got it. A Texas tick and have a beef allergy. Oh, yeah, the Texas tick. Ticks are the worst. Chiggers are even worse. Had them both. And scorpions. I've been hit by darn near everything. Yeah, but later in life, kind of weird. All right, let's get out of here. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out in participating. I got to tell you guys, as far as Ian is concerned, coming on about 30 minutes, I am wound up like an 8-day clock. I am so wound up right now, and in a positive and good way. It's going to be an interesting show. So please come play along. You guys know how to find me. But thanks for hanging out. We'll do this again.